Welcome to the CyberFed show. I'm Dan Manson. I teach computer information systems at Cal Poly Pomona. Each week, this broadcast will cover the world of cybersecurity competitions, similar to a sports show. We believe cybersecurity competitions are like a sport. In these shows, we drill down into competitions and provide stories, scores, and statistics. We believe those that participate in competitions are cyber athletes with the same training, passion, and coolness, plus a few additions. The opportunities for these athletes to go pro is much greater, and in our world today, we are falling behind our real competition. We continue this week with highlights from our live coverage of the Western Regional Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition. This week, we talk with FireEye, a college cybersecurity competition sponsor that believes developing cybersecurity talent can begin much sooner. Welcome back to live coverage of the 9th Annual Western Regional Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition. With me is Ekta Pahisha and Kelly Cody from FireEye. FireEye has been one of the big supporters of these competitions the last few years. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So we're seeing something really cool here. We're seeing college students get practical, hands-on experience with skills that are needed. Some of the skills that they're learning here the skills that you look for in FireEye?
Yeah, so FireEye is a cybersecurity company. So, we're working with, the red teams and the blue teams, with our incident response team, which is part of our Mandiant office. A lot of the, techniques and the skill sets they're building here, not only here, but in their practice for the regionals, those are definitely qualifications that, would fit not only an intern, but some of the full-time roles at FireEye.
And in terms of the amount of talent that you have, are you looking for more talent? I keep hearing about shortages of the right people in cybersecurity.
Yeah, I think we're always looking for talent. with cybersecurity, it changes daily, hourly. So we're always definitely looking for talent. These are definitely competitions. Hackathons, different events like this that we definitely do find those niche skill sets that we are looking for in candidates. So these are a great way to look for different candidates and the skills we're looking for.
Now, as much as we have talent in college today, the shortage means we have to generate a lot more talent. And I like to say that good cybersecurity companies hire talent, great cybersecurity companies invest in talent development. And one of the things that I've seen FireEye do, in addition to the Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition, is activities that introduce kids to cybersecurity at a younger age, high school and middle school. And one of those events is Cyber Girls. Can you talk a little bit about what FireEye likes about these events?
Yeah, today we've seen, it's starting when they're younger, and we also are seeing a growing amount of women in the engineering workforce. So something like Cyber Girls and other events, we like to go there, and it's our way of giving back. It's our way of supporting that generation. They are the next generation of tomorrow. So just giving pointers. We had, recently we had one of our engineers go and teach girls how to use Raspberry Pis. So anything we can do where we can support the next generation coming in.
Yeah, and definitely when they can hone in on these skill sets, early on, they're just going to continue to expand and, get a greater grasp of the different technology and different things that are out there at such a young age, which definitely help in their career paths when they're moving forward, looking for internships full-time, So. On
our CyberFed show, we've had several segments on this school in East San Jose. It's not the best part of town, and they've been written up as an underperforming school, but it's amazing what this teacher, Kathy Smith, does with her students. So I first met up with Kathy at Cyber Girls at San Jose State. Next thing I knew, those girls and Kathy were at FireEye having a site visit, and I heard the girls were not only saying, I want to work in the field, but this is who I want to be.
Right. Well, that was the best thing, kind of things we heard, comments and feedback, is this, the students they had a few speakers come, and they wanted to be that individual, do their, and these kids are, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and just the fact that they already know where they want to be and see that this is kind of what's going to be the future in cybersecurity. And, it's great to see that and promote that.
In terms of where you think this can go, do you think that this can become a staple of middle school and high school extracurricular activities?
I definitely think so. I mean, just from a recruiter standpoint and someone with FireEye, we come to competitions like this, and 90% of the time we're looking at students' resumes to see what they did outside of the school set, and that's where their parents are kind of their biggest achievers and biggest applause is you're taking the time out of your daily coursework and going above and beyond and kind of diving in deeper on your interests. And I've been seeing that coming up more and more, not only from the younger age with the cyber girls, but all the way till college and right here at the regionals, just seeing these are students who are doing it on their own time.
I like to say that 50% of what students need to do is in the classroom, 50% is outside. You would agree with that?
Definitely agree. I mean, when definitely we were looking at students, I mean, it's great to see what courses they're taking, what type of work experience, but I mean, we also, again, like I just said, your outside projects, what else are you working on? Are you working on different apps? Are you involved, and also not just, those skill sets, but also are you in leadership? Are you in different involvement within different program organizations? Is definitely
Kelly, can you tell me a little bit about what you do at FireEye and what you like about what you do?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a university recruiter, more focused on the business side, which is kind of a cool space because, being in a security company, I get to see work a lot with business students as well. So one of my biggest joys is, going to the actual college campuses, listening to what these students have done. I mean, it's just kind of amazing, just hearing what they've been able to excel so far, and starting from high school, moving on. And as myself, I'm a recent grad within the last 2 years. I didn't even know half of these things, events existed, and so it's just crazy to find out all this new information within this space. And so, I mean, it's a great part to be a part of FireEye and have these connections and relationships that we've been building throughout the various years with different schools, programs, and different events. So.
And yeah, I support Kelly as well. So I'm also a university recruiter. I'll handle a lot more of the technical aspects as far as the internship program and new grads. And same thing, I've kind of jumped around a little bit, but right now I really love just working and giving back to the millennials. I really, I like to see what the college kids are doing and just kind of help them grow and kind of guide them. I feel like, some of the previous generations might have not had that, but I think, we all are a little bit more aware today of what's out there and what programs we can take advantage of. So I kind of like to go back and kind of, share, now that I know about this, maybe I'll meet another technical student who doesn't know about, CCDC. Hey, did you know there was this competition? So
I talk to college students that once they get involved with this, they say, I wish I had this in high school. Now I'm talking to high school students that find out you can do this in middle school, and they say, I wish I'd done this in middle school. When you talk to some of the students that are on these campuses, what is your advice that you give to them in terms of what they should be doing in addition to taking the coursework?
So, I mean, I would definitely say get involved, find out what groups are on campus, find out, what type of, just even getting your own groups together, learning different skill sets that you might not necessarily know apply, definitely trying to get as much knowledge about the different fields, and definitely trying to get as much exposure leadership-wise. I think that definitely helps.
Is there going to be a need for the professionals 5 years from now, 10 years from now? We're not going to magically fill that gap and not have the strong need we have today?
I think we will. I mean, I think there's more awareness now. Like we said before, there was no CCDC back then. A lot of the other women in technology groups weren't around back then. So I think, just as a group, just having that awareness out there, I could definitely see, that need building and that focus kind of gaining.
And to go off of that, obviously, as mentioned before, cybersecurity is ever changing, evolving constantly. So, I mean, there's always going to be different areas that are needed. So definitely, I think.
I would expect the skills that you're looking for, you're always going to have new things that you want these students to learn, and hopefully in these competitions we can continue to innovate and have those new technologies or new defenses in the events.
Yes, yeah.
Ekta,
Yes.
Kelly, it's been a pleasure
Thank you so much.
having you on
Dan.
today.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad
Thank
to be
you.
here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a look at the competition. Please go to our CyberFed YouTube channel to view all current and past episodes. I'm Dan Manson. See you next week.